Hello, I'm Mary Trimble with your readings for September the 24th through September the 30th. Welcome. If you haven't been here before, welcome. I'm so happy that you stopped by. I really appreciate you, and I hope that you enjoy these readings and that you will come back. And if you've been here before, thank you so much. Listen, guys, you know, you really touch my heart, and you really helped me through a very difficult week. I want to apologize for only getting 7 readings up last week, so I am going to start with Aries where I left off with Pisces last week. So I'm going to start with Aries. I hope the Librans will forgive me. As soon as I've gone through to Virgo, I will then do Libra and go on from there. What else? You really helped me. Thank you for all the wonderful sentiments about my mum. I really appreciate you. I'm using a green screen with photographs from Nottingham, but I'm going to, each reading will be my mum's window in the background. So it's her view of what she had in her house just before she was she moved into the assisted living apartment. She lived in Woollerton, and here is the view out of her window. It was so pretty, and this is only a section of her window. She had a lovely bay window. Anyway, I thought I would let you know that, and of course this is in honor of my mum. I will be leaving for England next week. I may not get the readings up for a couple of weeks, so I just wanted you to bear with me and please hang in there and come back and support me. I would really appreciate that. Now, these are general readings, guys. I will start with an astrological reading, and you can skip that if you're checking out your sun, moon, and rising. But the astrological reading is quite interesting this week, and that will go on every video. The format will change probably in maybe the end of October or November. I'm going to tailor each reading for each sign, so they'll be different. And what else? These are general readings. Like I said, if you would like a personal reading, you can click here and find out more information. And if you just want to support me, and I can tell you I could really use some support right now with everything that's going on, and you can check me out on Patreon, and you can click on here for Patreon. Okay, so let's go into the astrological report, shall we? Look, we're starting off the week with a full moon in Aries. Now, moons are very emotional anyway, but this moon in particular is quite emotional. I mean, of course, all the water signs, you know, definitely feel it, but it's right next to Chiron. And Chiron is the wounded healer. So we're going to find a lot of our childhood wounds may come up. You know, some issues that we, you know, look, they may be brought up, and that's great, right? Because this is a time that we can look at them, feel them, and then release them. So this is a great opportunity to do that. We may have some issues this week with there are several other aspects going on. I'm just going to give you a general energy for the week. We may have some challenges with our relationships this week. So we could be quick to be angry, so it's really important to think before we speak and react and try to avoid conflict. But whatever happens this week, there are lessons here, and there are obstacles that we can overcome. These are opportunities for us to overcome these obstacles. On the positive side, we are going to have a lot of energy. And so we will be, you know, energized to be ambitious and to do things and have that get up and go. So that's a good thing. Just when something comes up for you, retreat and have some self-reflection with it so that you can learn from it and move on. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, and because there is, there's a lot going on this week. I just want to mention the full moon is always a culmination of things. We will be letting things go. We will be letting relationships go. It is important for us to really look and see what is working for us and then release that which is no longer working for us. Sometimes we fight to hang on to things that don't work for us. This full moon is definitely, all full moons are a culmination or an ending, right? A completion of something. And this is particularly energized towards the completion of things, relationships in kind of all areas, at work, our boss. Some of us will be ending jobs. Some of us will be ending, perhaps if we have a business, we'll be ending some part of what we've been doing and no longer focusing on that and focusing on something else. Whatever this is, it's transformational right now, and so we will be going forward kind of renewed and different. I know I, for one, I've really felt the energy of this full moon, and some childhood issues came up for me, and it was intense. But what I was able to do was I was able to, really feel it. It was primal crying that I went through. And when I came through it, I was able to look at it, I don't want to say dispassionately, but from a distance. And I was able to, what's the word I'm looking for? I was able to discern. And I was able to remove myself from those intense feelings and really see what was going on so that I could accept it and then just, release it and move on. We don't have to feel that pain forever, but it is important that we go back and we feel it so that it's not affecting our lives in a negative way, so that we can move forward without the shackles of the past on us. So this moon, this full moon, is an amazing opportunity to remove those shackles. Just be willing to look at that. Be willing to look at that messy stuff. Sometimes it's messy, we all have that. But look at it so that you can release it. So without further ado, let's go to your card, shall we? Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your reading for September the 24th through September the 30th. And the first card out for you is the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups can be, look, it's my cup floweth over. This can be an emotional time. We do have the full moon in Aries. It can also, it's interesting. Okay, so never mind. I'll get to that in a minute. This can also mean you've got the gift of intuition and psychic abilities. Of course, full moons are always emotional for Cancerians. We're water signs. I am a Cancerian. That goes without saying. And this in particular can be very emotional because of what's, it's right next to Chiron, the wounded healer. And look at this, clarifying it, you've got the Ten of Swords. This has been a very difficult time, and this time is over, Cancer. And I know I have particularly had a difficult time this last week in terms of emotions and things coming up for me. So this indicates this feeling of betrayal and hurt, and this is over. This has been a very difficult time for you. It's been very painful. And, this is the end of this. Tens are the completion. That's a full moon too. It's the completion of something. And right next to it, you've got the sun, right? And the sun is beautiful. So it's like the sun is going to start to shine on you again now, Cancer. So I feel that things are really going to get better for you. But kind of it's up to you, because the next card you have is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is saying that you've got to pause in action. I really get this because, my mum passed away on the 13th and she's not going to be buried until the 2nd. It's been a very painful, lengthy time going, over this and not having closure. It's almost cruel. That's what they do in England. And don't ask me why, I have no idea. So it's almost 3 weeks before we can actually, put closure to this very sad time. So I've been on an emotional roller coaster. So this time is a time to kind of reflect. I'm itching my nose. Spirit is here. Thank you. The Hanged Man is when there's a pause in action, right? So this is like we're waiting for something. It's almost like, you can be waiting for something to come to completion. You know that it's nearly there and it's waiting, and you're kind of in limbo while you're waiting. This is saying, take a look at this situation from a different perspective. Take this time to kind of reflect and look at the situation differently. So if this pain that is now over, you can kind of learn from it. Look at it from a dispassionate point of view, and see it for what it is, and grow and learn from it. And look, clarifying it, you've got the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords is the champion for justice. I feel that, you may have been hurt by something that somebody has said or some kind of news that came to you. I know that did happen to me last week. I was in extreme, I was really hurt. And I had to take a look at it. I had to really, after being in my pity pot and crying and doing all that, because kicked up all these other feelings, I had to kind of take a dispassionate look at it. I had the time. And I retreated and I said, okay, I need to look at this and not take it so personally, which is very difficult for us Cancerians. We take everything so personally. We're so sensitive. So I had to kind of, say, okay, this was really harsh as well. It was the harsh truth. There's a little truth in it, and I had to own that truth, and I have to do what's right. Right? That's what I have to do. I have to do what's right. And my nose is itching like crazy, so I know I'm on the right path here. I have to do what's right. And so I have to bring my ego out of this situation, right? And I have to have faith, because the next card is the Hierophant, right? This is about change. This is about me changing. I have to turn to my faith. I have to turn to my spirit guides. I want to tell you something that if you look on my Instagram, I took a little video of my son's dog that I was babysitting. I call him my grandson. He's so beautiful, right? So he was in the mirror, scratching at himself. And I have been seeing orbs of light for quite a few years. If you look at it a few times, you'll see the orbs of light in that video. I've got a few videos where they come up. At first I didn't see it, and actually I have another video that you can really see it slow. So I'm surrounded by these angelic orbs of light always, and that gives me strength. So I am focusing, and we're all surrounded by them, but sometimes they slow down when we really need to see them. They slow down. And and they allow us to see them. So this is my time. This is our time to turn to faith. Now, what's wonderful is right next to this is the happy family, right? This is emotional fulfillment. This is happiness with our relationships. So this is really time to put spirituality first. Put our egos and our egos and our hurt pride to the side. Put put our faith in spirituality and we will be happy. And then look, clarifying it is the Six of Pentacles, right? This is about you are getting help. You are getting help, Cancer. This is help is coming in for you. And also you can help others. So it's a two-way street. I'm seeing this. Sometimes I say it's giving help and sometimes it's getting help. I'm getting this is both. You're going to get help and you can give help. This is the service card, right? This is about doing service, but it's also about receiving help. It's just as important to receive that help as it is to give it. And my nose is going nuts. So I know I'm really on point with this. Cancer, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it on your social media, comment. I love comments and feedback. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you soon.